Hello, good morning, or wherever you are. Good part of the day. Happy Saturday. How are we doing? I just rolled out of bed and started sprints. So I haven't even made coffee yet. But how the hell are you? What are we reading? What are the weekend plans? We've already got some friends here. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. My daily card pull gave me the Hermit. You simply have to lock in. Yes, them's the rules, I fear. Good morning. Hello. That's yes. Yes. That will be immediately when we do our first sprint. I have to let the dogs out and make coffee because I simply slept in too long. If you I'm on Pacific time, so it's 9 a.m. But still that is sleeping in for me. But it's good. We're having a good Saturday morning. Welcome. Hi, hi. So excited for sprints today. Me too. I need just I'm excited for like a cozy, little productive morning. What are we reading? Laura, hello. Hello. Oh, great segue. Great segue. I think I might actually write for my Substack on our sprints. I don't know if that's sacrilege or not. And because we are all friends here, y'all, I have not pulled a single card for Tarot Readathon. I don't really know because I don't submit points. Like I'm the scorekeeper, so it would just be for fun. Obviously, it's just for fun anyway, right? But I haven't pulled a card yet, so maybe we'll do that today because I also have this new. If you didn't see in the Discord, this was my first purchase of the Readathon. It's the Ultimate RPG Tarot deck, and I am itching to give it a try. So maybe I'll pull a card with y'all. But I think I am gonna write at least for a sprint or two. Let the dogs out, and mine both got up and walked over to me. They don't know that phrase yet, but they know Wes and I have to say "a word," meaning outside. So that's what we have to do. We have to take the dog's O word. We have to give the dogs B word for their morning sustenance. Yeah, so that will be the first 10 minutes of my sprints is coffee for the humans and B word for the puppies. I should do my daily poll. That's true. I also haven't done my normal personal tarot yet this morning. Yesterday, I'm looking at my tarot desk is in this corner. My personal tarot card yesterday was King of Pentacles. Lord of the Flies today. I was going to read that as Lord of the Files, which I think would be a much more boring book than Lord of the Flies. So I hope you enjoy that. I haven't been doing it in the morning most days. Even yesterday, I think my daily pull was at middle of the afternoon. So it's one of those things. I'm reading Evie Drake Starts Over. It's really good. Love it. This one, I feel like I can picture the cover in my mind, but I couldn't tell you anything about it. Silly Goose Files. Yes, my Substack is called Goose Food, where it's meant to be like a meal for silly geese or creative people. So I think I'm going to work on that. I'm reading Don't Let the Forest In for Steph's book club. I keep seeing this everywhere, and the cover is so stunning. Is it horror, though? Because I don't know if y'all know this about me. I'm not much of a horror gal, but I have been known to dabble. So the FOMO may get to me, but we'll see. Hello, good morning. Go Team Wands. Woot. Magic Wands. I do pull cards for myself every day, but I haven't pulled for a tarot readathon prompt. So, because again, I don't know. I'm just kind of reading whatever, but I think I will pull a prompt, but I have been pulling cards for myself, personally, for my tarot journal. Hello, good morning, happy reading. I've been listening to the Hacienda. I've heard that's really good too. I hope you're loving it. Yeah, exactly. How is it? Indy's reading Wrangled by the Alien Cowboy by Ursula Dax. I read this as Wrangled, written by the Alien Cowboy, and I was like, that sounds wild. Wrangled by the Alien Cowboy. I love it. I got the world this morning. Definitely a good sign. The day is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. Really liking the Hacienda? Yes, quarter of the way into it. Just plowed through Alien Cowboy series. Love it. I'm reading The Old Man and the Sea. Hope to finish it today. This is Wes references. Wes is my partner. We play a lot of video games together, and a lot of multiplayer video games that we play have like a fishing element, like Stardew Valley or Sea of Thieves or whatever we're playing. And he likes to say in every game that we play together that it's Old Man in the Sea, and he like seeks out the fishing minigame in anything we play. But the book, I've never read the book. I pulled King, Queen, and Page of Pentacles in the last few days, and I'm shuffling multiple times. So what does that mean, Noelle? If you're getting a lot of court cards, and they're all in the same suit, that like the court cards to me are very much like archetypes. Some people tie them to like specific zodiac signs too, but for me is like different stages of momentum or different stages of mastery in whatever that suit would be. So like the pentacles are the suit of the physical world, the material world, your wealth, your health, your home, etc. So the King of Pentacles is like, we are like fully stable and secure in our physical world. The Queen of Pentacles is like, we are really enjoying the softness, the luxury of our physical world. The Page of Pentacles is like, maybe we're starting something new or improving upon something in our physical world, taking a first step on something. So it feels like you're very focused on your home this weekend, or working on something in your real life that's taking a lot of momentum. But that's fun. I like that. After I write at least one paper, I'll be reading The Briar Book of the Dead. So we're on the same page, because I'm going to spend at least one sprint after I make my coffee, at least one sprint doing some writing also. I missed my pull yesterday. I'm very new to tarot. I'm finishing up Nettle and Bone and then moving on to the nesting. I love that you're doing your pulls anyway and like being new to tarot. That's so fun. That's the best way to learn. That's like why Deja and I like introduced like the Hero's Journey trophy is new as of last year, because we're like, if it's the tarot readathon, like we got to make an on-ramp to get people into tarot if they want to, or learn about it or explore it. And that's the best way to do it, is just to draw a card or so every day and reflect on it or journal about it or look up the meaning. And when you do that long enough, you start to, remember what the cards are supposed to mean, but you also develop your own like intuitive sense of what the cards mean, or what the art reminds you of, or what the symbols make you think of. And that's just as important as what the cards are supposed to mean. That's my tip of the day for you with reading tarot. Hi, y'all. Slogging my way through There by Tommy Orange. I've been wanting to read that forever. And Hammocking by the River. That sounds so lovely. My family usually goes up to spend time at a river for like 4th of July weekend, and I did not go this year. And so I called my mom yesterday, and we were catching up, and I was like, oh, you better be like having a float with a big hat and a drink in your hand by the river, because I need to live vicariously through you. It sounds lovely. YA horror is Don't Let the Forest In. See, I think I could handle that. So that might be good for me. Hello, welcome. I love listening to you talk about tarot. Thank you. I do enjoy it. And it's fun to, I guess like share share with an interested audience. It is one of those things that's like, it's hard to kind of find your people to have like, I guess like nerdy conversations about tarot. So I enjoy Tarot Readathon for that reason as well. It's just all of us tarot nerds, exploring what the cards mean together. Thank you, Pentacles and Court cards. You're welcome. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm curious to know why I always pull cup cards, reversed and upright. Cups are the suit of emotions most broadly. They also, I would say cups represent your intuition, your creativity, spirituality, relationships. So anything in that realm is probably either top of mind or there's a lot going on in those realms in your life if you keep pulling cup cards. Like a big emotional journey or a big spiritual journey, or that is always seems to be kind of ruling the energy of your day is your emotions or your relationships. It seems to always be in charge, or not in charge, just kind of like the thing that's pulling your focus is related to those things, reversed and upright, right? So it could be in a good way or in maybe a not so good way. If you're feeling like, oh my God, I'm always dragged along by whatever emotion is coming up, that would be a reversal of, if you keep pulling cups reversed, that's how I would interpret that. Or the other way, if you keep pulling upright cups, it's like, great, like I am just feeling my way through life and it's leading me where I'm supposed to go. Yeah, that totally makes sense. Love it. And Laura just pulled the 8 of Pentacles. You're having a Pentacles kind of month so far. But we take that. It's health and wealth, baby. I love Pentacles. All right. I think I'm going to pull a card with y'all because I haven't read a single... I don't think I've finished a book yet this month. And I've been reading... I think my audiobook actually got returned to the library. So we are on a clean slate, fresh start. So I got to figure out something to read. This is my RPG tarot. I haven't actually pulled any cards yet. So this is just for fun because I'm not on a team, but I do have the FOMO. So I want to participate and read something for Tarot Readathon. Hey, we were just talking about cups. I got 2 of Cups, the bargain, which since this is RPG tarot, all of the cards have like a RPG related like subtitle to the cards. The bargain, 2 of Cups. Does anyone know the 2 of Cups prompt off the top of our heads? Let's go see. Prompts. I feel like I'm losing my voice. That's great. 2 of Cups. Read a book to read. Read a book that explores the theme of partnership or the power of 2. Partnership? Well, that could be really any romance, right? I'm always in a romance kind of mood. What do I have? I do have some good romance on my list. That's this stack right here. This is my romance TBR. I have Christina Forrest, The Partner Plot. I've been meaning to read. I really loved her first book, The Neighbor Favor. I have Go Luck Yourself, which I was supposed to read, or I was planning to read around St. Patrick's Day. It's like a holiday romance. The first book in that kind of series was, it was like a Halloween one. Nightmare Merry Christmas or something. I can't remember the title, but it was like a Halloween Prince and a Christmas Prince romance that I loved. So maybe I'll read Go Look Yourself, even though it's like 4 months late. I don't know. We'll see. But I do need to figure out what I'm going to read for my first Tarot Readathon prompt. 2 of Cups. I love that. So I'll let you know. I'll do some soul searching on that while we do our first sprint. See what I decide on. Go Pentacles. Oh, you're both on Team Pentacles. Yeah, there you go. Maybe it's just like you're really really locked in on the team. Cleanse your deck. Sometimes, yeah. There are so many fun ways to cleanse your deck too. My favorite unhinged way is to scream at it. Cleanse it with sound. The deck is trying to tell you something. Yes. Power of 2 for 2 of Cups. Yeah, I think I will lean into a romance. Yes. Go Luck Yourself is cute. Okay. That's probably what I will do. But if I change my mind, y'all will be the first to know. No, Team Swords. Yes. I love all of the team spirit, as it were. Okay. I think we're gonna do a little sprinty poo. I have I like this Flocus timer. It's like a little Pomodoro. Wow, we're very purple, aren't we? I feel like that's fine. We'll go with the pink and purple. It's like a kind of a Pomodoro timer, but I've just changed it to 45 minutes because I like a 45-minute chunk. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm not really an ambiance girly because honestly, I like to put on my own music while I sprint. So I will apologize for that if you are more of an ambiance fan. But there are some really good ones that I've watched recently personally. There's a really great like seaside, like fantasy seaside lo-fi I've been enjoying recently. But I'm just gonna start our timer, normal vanilla timer. And if you would like to pair that with ambiance or music, obviously you are welcome to. But I will see you in 45 minutes after I make my coffee and let the dogs out and do some writing. And then we'll be back. Hello. How did we do? How's your reading? I don't know if that gave you a little chime or not. So if I was just your jump scare, I apologize. I am caffeinated. The dogs are fed. So we're doing much better than we were 45 minutes ago. I got my little tarot coffee mug. It's all the aces of tarot around. Yeah, I love it. And it's one of my like bigger mugs too. So that's also the vibe. Robin's here. Hello. I did also tag in the Discord because I realized I hadn't done that since we started. So welcome if you are just joining us. Thanks for that on Discord. Yeah, it is like afternoon for y'all on the East Coast now, but I'm glad you could join us. Welcome, welcome. Just about to start some reading. Better to do it with friends. Love it. What are you reading? I'm trying to read and watch soccer/football, but it's mostly watching so far. I relate to this. That's usually what I do during like American football season in the fall. Last year we started like a family fantasy football league that my boyfriend put together and runs for us. I'm like not much of an American football person, but I became more of one last year because then I had my fantasy team, so I was invested in those players. So now it used to be like Wes would watch football and I would read my book. But now I have this problem where like I end up just watching, not reading my book. Hey, buddy. How are you? Happy Saturday. Trying to finish up my 4th book of the Readathon, Blood Over Brighthaven. Deja, I just pulled my first reading prompt card. I got 2 of Cups. So it's something about a partnership or the power of 2. So I, on day 5, I have my first reading prompt. I think I told y'all before the sprint that I was going to read, what's it called? Go Luck Yourself. But I actually have the audiobook for Daughter of the Moon Goddess. So I think I'm going to still write for the next sprint, but eventually I will start Daughter of the Moon Goddess for my first reading prompt. Oh, it did give a chime. Good. Then I wasn't the jump scare. Great. I did my card pull for today. I got the Moon and 3rd Major Arcana card since I opened the deck. That is wild. That is wild. Love that. I still need to do my like personal cards for the day also, but that's a process. So I'll probably do that once we end sprints for the day. Tracy read 4 pages. Look, after, my like morning chores, I came back and I opened up my draft in Substack and I probably wrote 4 bullet points, so I feel like we're on the same wavelength there. Like that screen timer. Thank you. It's called Flocus. And they have some different cute backgrounds. I use it for like work all the time. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll just pull this over for sprints. It's so fun. And I like that you can set like different break times or different like sprint times. It's great. Thanks. Thank you. It's from, oh my gosh, what is that site called? It's where I got my like tarot journal the last few years because I switched which tarot journal I was using 2 or 3 years ago. Ritual, but with a W, like WRITUAL. I'm now using the Ritual Tarot Journal, and I think last year I also got this mug from them. It's a good sturdy mug. I love her. Great. I'm glad you guys are taking the timer. It's a vibe for sure. I read 20 pages of Wrangled by the Alien Cowboy. I pulled the Ace of Pentacles for my daily pull. Y'all are having a Pentacles kind of day, aren't we? Or at least Andy and Laura are. I read Sunrise on the Reaping a couple days ago and dropped my TBR to reread the series. Almost done with the Hunger Games now. That's exactly how I felt. I read Sunrise on the Reaping like the last week of May, I think, and that's how I felt too. And I reread the Hunger Games series not too long ago and loved the reread probably like 2 or 3 years ago. I just reread them all and it was amazing. Loved it. And upon finishing Sunrise on the Reaping, I got the itch again. So I'm sure I'll go back to it soon. But boy, they really stand up. They only get better the more that I read them. And the older I get, the more I get out of them and appreciate from them. Like they really are masterpieces. I love them. I ended up picking The Very Secret Society of Regular Witches, and I'm loving it. Oh my gosh, I love that book. I know Deja also loves that book. Oh yeah, Deja, thanks for recommending it. Oh, I love that book so much. It's very cozy, sunshiny, whimsical. I love it. And I think I know the author has another book coming out this year, and I feel like it's in the same world as Irregular Witches because the covers like match. That's usually my clue. So I think it's adjacent, but I'll be very excited. Hello, reading The Lotus Empire by Tasha Suri from Knight of Pentacles draw. Where have I seen that before? That's like ringing a really vague bell in my brain, but I hope you are loving it. Yeah, see, we all love Regular Witches here. Wait, you're also reading for Two of Cups? That's wild. That's the only card, like prompt card I've pulled. Wow. What a coinky dink. Coffee acquired, kids checked on, K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack on, research tabs open, time to finish this paper. We are on the same, we're having the same morning. I was like, I gotta take care of my dogs. I gotta caffeinate myself. I gotta open up my notes. And then we're gonna write some stuff. I'm reading Beta Vulgaris. I joined a fantasy basketball league last year for the first time. It definitely makes watching sports fun, especially ones you don't watch often. Yes, I can't wait to do our family fantasy league again because really, like, I am not from a sports family. Like, neither of my parents watched sports or watched sports growing up. My brothers played sports, but never really like watched professional sports. I like watching baseball. The only sport that I like religiously follow is Formula One. And so all of us being mostly new, except for my partner, he was like very into football, like American football. So he was the one that like put the league together for us. And it was really fun getting all of us to like learn about it and become invested. And from a mile away, I told Wes before the season started, I'm like, my mom is going to become an absolute monster. And she's going to learn more than anyone about fantasy football. She's going to pull random facts out of everywhere about her players and about the teams. Like it's going to be like, oh, like it's confusing. What do I do? And then a few weeks into the season, she's going to become an absolute force. And guess who won the league? My mom. Called it from a mile away. I got lunch and listened to just over a chapter of The Hacienda. I was already thinking that I need some kind of munchie. I'm not really a breakfast person, but as I was making my coffee, I was like, ooh, I could really go for like a greasy breakfast sandwich right now. Maybe I'll DoorDash something. That's really, I need it. Thank you for the reminder for daily poll. I needed that. Love it. What did you get? Or did you already tell us? You might have already told us. I don't know how to tag people, but it's so crazy. Yes. It's the finale for Burning Kingdom series. The Jasmine Throne is the first book. Yes, I have heard of that one. The Sapphic Trifecta. Yes. I do have the Jasmine Throne on my radar. I can picture the cover. I've heard really good things, so eventually I would like to get to it. I need to get back into my fantasy like zone. I've really been in like a romance and lit fic mood in the recent past, and I just continued a series that I love. Oh my gosh, Robert Jackson Bennett is the author. The Foundry Side series. I just read the second book in the series, and it was like, oh yeah, I love fantasy. I need to be reading more fantasy again. Reading Icebreaker by not the author that I usually associate with books titled Icebreaker. Great. I hope you're loving it. I bought Beta Vulgaris because the cover is so stunning. Okay, well, now I have to Google this. Beta Vulgaris, a novel. Oh, I love the pink. Are those beats over the eyes? There's something about just like a pink cover that I am a sucker for. I had a whole video. This is, okay, me telling on myself. If you watched the vlog I posted this week, it's like, hey, there's a lot of videos that I never posted because I dropped off the face of the earth when like life stuff was happening. But I have a video from years ago where I was going, it was the summer of Barbie summer. So that's how old it is, where I was going to read a bunch of pink books and like analyze what makes book marketers and publishers make a book cover pink, or like try to analyze that. And obviously that did not shake out, but there was one summer where I read a bunch of pink books because I was going to do that. And that's immediately where my brain just went, on this like hot pink cover. I love it. I'll definitely be reading her new book. Oh, Song of Madonna. Yeah, because I love her writing and how effortlessly she makes all the characters all diverse. It's refreshing. Agreed. And something I really loved about the romance was the romance felt like so tender and soft in Irregular Witches. And it was like, wow, like it just felt like a emotionally mature romance of like, I guess, emotionally intelligent adults that I really I really loved. Love a greasy breakfast sandwich. I know Wes brought me one a few days ago from like a place by his work, and that's like I'm craving. It's like a croissant, like bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant is really what I want. That exact sandwich right now. I was 6th in our fantasy league and ended up winning in the tournament. I did not get into it like your mom, though. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what she does this year. If it was like okay, I won, like on to the next thing, or if she's going to double down and defend her title. Really, it could go either way. But I want to make her like a trophy or something because it was so perfect and funny. The cover lured me in. I really do love this cover. You know those book covers where it's like I would hang that on my wall as art? That's what this is giving me for Beta Vulgaris. Reading Two Twisted Crowns. Heading next week to a nearby shop to see the author talk. That's awesome. I love an author talk. Who's the author that just Rachel Gillig? That just had her new fantasy come out. She's doing an author talk near me, I think, next weekend. And I have never read her books, but I should, because I'm pretty sure she's local to my area. So I feel like I should read her books, or at least have her books and maybe go to the talk. But there's just something like special about hearing any artist talk about the things they make, but being like a book person and a writer is like, I just love hearing writers talk. So far, I liked the second book the best, but all three have been really good. If you like toxic lesbians and straight couples written by gay people, the series is for you. Then the series is for me. So I will have to get to it because that does sound like the right ingredients for me. How can I tell if my turtle is pregnant? I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you, but I hope you figure it out. I did have a turtle obsession when I was a kid. You know, when you're a kid and like you have like a hyperfixation and then everyone in your life finds out that you have that interest. So then my every gift and everything from every family member or anyone for years was turtle related. I think somewhere in my parents' attic is just like all of my turtle paraphernalia from childhood. I wouldn't call it a romantasy. Oh, this is Jasmine Throne. A little too heavy on the plot for that, but Tasha is very good at romance as a subplot. I love that. Like, I love a plot-heavy fantasy with some romance sprinkled in. Like, I am on board for that. I love fantasy, but I struggle with series. I either read them all at once or I never pick up the second book. See, that's valid. like I just mentioned Shorefall, which is the second book after Foundry Side, and I think I read Foundry Side probably 3 or 4 years ago. So I don't have a very good track record on that either. Finishing for the first time Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. I've never read this series. I've only ever read the ACOTAR series. And I feel like eventually I should read what is this series called? Oh my god. Assassins. You know what I'm talking about. The long series that Sarah J. Maas has. This series. Eventually I'll get to it, but I just have never felt the itch. At least not yet. The Pink Book series video sounds like a great concept. Thank you. Maybe eventually I'll go back to it, but it just felt like I dragged it on for so long, and then it was like, well, Barbie Summer has come and gone, so I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to some similar idea at some point, because I do think like the greater conversation there is like what is factored in to making a book cover that book's cover, you know, like how carefully are those decisions made, or how much do we look at psychology when we decide to make a book's cover hot pink versus something else, or the elements that you put onto the covers. And a lot of it is genre based. Some of it is, you know, artists or author preference. But like so much of it is marketing. And I'm fascinated by the intersection of psychology and marketing and art and all of those things. Having a vault of unpublished videos is a tragedy for the ages. Your vlogs are such a vibe, and it's a bummer we won't get to see it. Thank you. This is honestly validating. There is so much just sitting in my like archive on Dropbox that I really do think I'm gonna. I do have a kooky idea that I'll tell y'all because we're friends. To kind of give some of it a second life. I don't know when I'll get around to this, but I do think it's funny to do like a super cut of like half-baked videos. It would probably be like 2 or 3 hours long with just like as far as I got on whatever video, and put them all into just one big like canceled videos video. So maybe you'll see the remnants of Pink Book vlog in that one day, hopefully soon, because I don't know if I really want to go back and complete every single one of them, but I do think it'd be fun, even as like a time capsule, to see like, here's all the stuff I just had collecting dust. So we'll see. But I appreciate the kind words. It always is nice to hear. The romance isn't annoying in Irregular Witches, which is such a relief for me. I thought I was going to be annoyed, but it's more of a side plot. Yes, I do love that. It feels like organic in that book, and I really loved that. Oh my God, yes. So you're local. Yes. Spare time. I think that's next weekend. And I don't know if I will be going or not, but it's on my radar, and I hope that I can make it. But yes, I also feel like I just gotta be on the bandwagon, you know? Like I gotta. Daily pull 8 of coins. That's crazy. I think someone earlier, maybe Laura, also pulled 8 of pentacles. It's definitely Pentacles Day. Yeah. I also restarted. Oh, Throne of Glass. I restarted Throne of Glass 3 times before it finally stuck. Doing it on audio helps a lot. I am an audiobook fan, that's for sure. And I really would like to have read the series. Like, that's what it is. It's like, I want to have read that series, but I don't want to actually put in the time to read the long series. You know, that's my predicament. So I've got to wait for those 2 things to line up. And then I'm sure I'll get to it. It is next weekend. I'm driving to visit. I'm happy to see an author talk nearby where I can make it and not drive to LA. A mood, for sure. I'm with you there. Yeah, I love when we have things that are more local. I'm on the central coast of California, like in kind of the nebulous range between LA and San Francisco, you know, so we don't have an abundance of things happening. So this is the energy. It's like, wow, something cool that's like actually closer than me having to drive to a city. I love. Throne of Glass is lovely. The audiobooks are getting the full cast treatment. That's always fun. I do love when they do that. I love a full cast. My mom was just telling me she is also an audiobook gal, and I can't remember what she read recently that was like a full cast that we were geeking out about. But there's just something, it just is like a movie in your head. I love it. I'm thinking we do another little sprinty and see what we get, right? Let me reset our timer. I think we just stick with our 45 minutes, right? Go back to our focus. I feel like that was a pretty good mix before. Okay, I will see you in 45. How did we do? Welcome back. How are we doing? I just outlined my whole post, so now I just have to throw in the rest of the words. But that's half the battle for me with my little Substack. Is like, what am I even going to say today? So now I have my roadmap, and yeah, I'm feeling good about it. I think it'll be a good one. But I would like to also do some reading today, so I may swerve to that. Our next sprint, I don't know. We'll feel it out. Where did we go? Just finished my book. Yay. That's a good Saturday feeling. Lexi's here. Hello. Hope you're having an incredible day. I'm reading an arc of Silver and Curses by Maddox Gray. Love that. I'm reading Origins of an Academy Bully. Hello. Tandem reading the first 2 books in the Hades Persephone saga by Scarlett St. Clair and almost done. Nice. We do love Hades Persephone. We do. Very studious. I know. Sorry if I'm just like staring into your into your soul. I'm just typing and thinking. And sometimes what that looks like is me just like staring off into space, waiting for the thoughts to come. Is definitely part of the process. Yes, thank you. Now I feel like I have, the momentum. Got 59% into my book and feeling a possible nap in my future. That sounds lovely. That's the best thing to do. That's what I was going to say. A nap on Saturday is the best. Yes. Got to the halfway point of The Old Man in the Sea. Very nice. Very nice. Is that a long book? I feel like in my brain it's a long book, but I might be thinking of Moby Dick. So, I don't know. I love this book so much. Yay, I'm glad that you're loving it. It's such a sweet book. 71%. I feel like the end of that book too, like it all just came together, so I'm excited for you. Someone new to your channel, I love your shelves. Thank you. That's so nice. My little work corner, sprinting corner. What's funny is this is also my like work office. I work from home full time. And so when I'm on work calls and client calls, this is also my background, which is always a conversation starter, which I find very fun. Just getting to talk to, random people and clients about books and reading and yeah. But thank you. It is, I went full maximalist on these shelves when we moved here. I've only had these shelves this way for probably less than a year have they been like decorated, but we've only lived here for a year and a half maybe, so they're relatively new, but I just kept loading up on more and more little details, and I felt like if it's too much I'll know when it's too much, and it hasn't felt like too much yet, so I just keep adding, and I'm embracing that vibe. I really feel like, okay, in my early 20s, I was very much like a minimalist, neutral color palette, like whites, beiges, and greenery, like boho vibe kind of a person. And I could not feel further from that now. I'm like, I like color, I like maximalism, I like pink disco balls. Like we're a very different vibe than whatever that was 7, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. I've been cleaning today, which definitely needs to be done, but I don't want to. I also don't want to, but I need to. Laundry mountain is such a problem right now. Oh my God, I have so much clean laundry that I just need to fold. I think that's going to be my audiobook task later today, is like, I need to climb Laundry Mountain. It's a problem. I might also do some baking today. I've been wanting to, maybe I'll make like bagels or bread or something. Super short book, just 2.5 hours as an audiobook, but it does feel rather long. Oh, why was I thinking this is Old Man in the Sea, right? Yeah, that's so funny. I really was thinking this was like Moby Dick level, but I'm glad that it's short. You can knock that out. If you showed up on a meeting with that background, I'd be stoked. It is fun. People joke about it being like like an I Spy picture because there's like so much going on back there. Did you pick a book yet for the card you pulled? I think I'm going to go with Daughter of the Moon Goddess because I have the audio from my library. So that's probably what I will start today on audio. I have the physical book too. So I guess I could do, I think I do have it. I'm pretty sure I have the physical book. So I could do like a tandem read also. Nothing wrong with Full Maximalist. Oh, definitely. I just had, I did not have a linear path to get here. I went through several different conflicting aesthetics. Yeah. And when we moved into this house, I was feeling like ready to transition into more of a colorful maximalism era. So our like living room and our kitchen is very like colorful and loud, and it makes me happy. Not to say like, you know, when I was vibing with the neutral minimalism boho aesthetic, I also was happy. It just is no longer what I would describe as my style. I'm 34% through the Hacienda, very mysterious and eerie and loving these vibes. Yes, I'm happy that you're loving it. I wasn't expecting it, but There has gotten better. Still working on it for my first book this month. I also am still, I don't think I finished a book this month. I'm reading, also on audio, I've been reading, I think it's called Blade Breaker, the second in Victoria Aveyard's fantasy series. It's like a kind of a spoof or a spin-off on the Lord of the Rings if they failed. And then it's like the B team has to take over the mission. So I'm on the second one in the trilogy, but that's, I mean, almost a week into July, and that's all I've been reading. I need to put away my clean laundry too. There's just something about it that's like it feels like a monumental task to put away my laundry, even though I know that I feel better when it's done, and then I get all of the clean laundry off my couch and put away, and then my clothes aren't wrinkled. Like I know all of the right reasons to just do it, but it feels like such a task to my brain. So we'll be in that together today. I'm preparing dinner. Oh, what are you making? Because I need to figure that out too today. Because we definitely have ordered takeout the last couple of days, and I have a lot of produce that I need to cook and figure out, so that we don't keep ordering takeout. So I have lots on my to-do list this Saturday. Also, speaking of not ordering food, but I am still craving a breakfast sandwich. So I think once we are done with sprints, I'm still going to do at least one more sprint together. But I think once we're done, I'm going to walk downtown and get myself a breakfast sandwich because the craving is really very loud. She must be satisfied. I've tried to be a minimalist before, but it's just not me. I need color and books all around. Yes. Dopamine decor. Yeah, I'm like, I want sparkly lights and sparkles and things that make me smile. That actually, my grandmother says, I'm also wearing cigarettes after Shrek's shirt. So that's the energy in the studio today. But my grandmother says that you should decorate your house with things that make you smile. And I'm really learning, trying to embrace that because there certainly is wisdom there. It's like, I just want to be, especially because I'm home all the time. Like I work from home. I like being home. All my favorite things are here. So like, I want it to make me happy. Dopamine decor. I have Goddess of the Moon Goddess. Oh, Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I've been trying to read it, but I'm really struggling with my rage at the classism and sexism in it. Oh no, being unable to visualize comes with fun side effects. Yes, I imagine that would be the case. I don't know. I have heard really mixed reviews about Daughter of the Moon Goddess, so I'm kind of going in with like very neutral expectations. So we will see. I don't know about you, but I didn't realize how much my ADHD affects me cooking and eating things in the house. Okay, so here's the wild thing about being diagnosed with ADHD in my late 20s. I was diagnosed at like age 28 maybe. And there are still things 2 years later that is like regularly with my therapist. I'm talking about something that I think is just like a normal struggle or like venting about life. And my therapist will be like, yeah, so ADHD is a thing. And what you're describing is a struggle related to your ADHD. Like it's not like a universal thing. And I'm like, oh, like, and so much of that comes back to like food or like tasks or cooking, eating, like feeling like all of a sudden I'm hungry and then remembering, oh shit, I haven't eaten all day. And then needing to go find something immediately, but not wanting to spend the 5 minutes to cook anything. It's like, it really is wild that there are those things that now make so much sense that I had always thought like, oh, this is just like how everyone is. Not necessarily. Something Korean. Oh, yum. Yum. See, you could really tell I am hungry. Oh. I did mean daughter. I'm too tired for this. I knew exactly what you meant. I knew exactly what you meant. I got diagnosed 3 weeks ago, and hearing you are still finding things actually soothes me a lot. I've been mad at how much I didn't realize. There is like an element of like anger that comes from it, of being like, oh cool, like I lived the first decade of my adult life unnecessarily like shaming myself for things that I could have been seeking help for. Like I just thought like, oh my God, everyone struggles with these things. Why is it so extra hard for me? And then realizing like, oh, there's actually a really good reason. There are other things, in treatment that can be explored for those things. Like you don't have to like suffer and feel like guilt about those things. So I will fully validate you there. There is an element of rage as you're discovering like, oh cool. Like I'm upset about how much it actually has been affecting me. I just told my therapist I want to do the test just to see if it will explain some things. Definitely. Yeah, there's a couple different tests. There's also a really good like screener just to get an idea of what's going on. Explore, no stone unturned, whatever you think is going to be helpful for you. I hope it goes well. Yeah. Yeah. And it's the discovery, and you might discover maybe it's not ADHD, but it points us to this direction. Like, wherever that path leads is probably worth doing the test at least. So I'm glad that you feel good about that. It's been an interesting journey. Definitely. Realizing like, oh cool, like, yep, my brain works differently. Reading Where Dreams Descend. Nice. I think I know that book. I haven't read it, but I feel like I'm thinking of the cover in my head. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling this caffeine, let me tell you. It's doing its job. I feel like I'm ready to do some things today. How do we feel about like one more sprint? Get us to slightly afternoon or so? I don't know. Let me know what you're thinking. Because I also have to get to the cafe for my sandwich before they close. Highly recommend Where Dreams Descend. I think, okay, sorry. Now I have to Google to see that I'm thinking the right one. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is this the one that is like Phantom of the Opera retelling? Or it's like a circus. Yeah, it's like that red cover with the chandelier. Is Where Dreams Descend queer? I don't know. I don't know. Would be cool if it was. 90 pages left. So you're almost there. More sprints, more sprints. At least one more. 100 pages left. Okay, great. Hints of it so far with one character, it's definitely a slow burn. Yeah, especially if you are 90 pages left. That is a slow burn. One more sprint and then a reward for breakfast. See, exactly. That'll be my treat. Yes, I love a slow burn. Okay, circus. I think the one I'm thinking of with Phantom of the Opera is something about a black door, like through the black door or beyond the black door, maybe. I think there's a phantom retelling that I'm thinking of. Okay, I think let me put this back up here. We'll do one more 45-minute chunk and then we'll reassess and we'll all go get a treat. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Hello. How did we do? How was your sprint? That was a good chunk. I did a good chunk. I took a bunch of this is a little sneak peek for my Substack, but I dug through a bunch of my tarot decks for all the different death cards, and took pictures of them and figuring out what I want to do with that. So yes, that was my sprint, but I'm feeling good, making good progress. I hope that we got some good reading done also. Let me tell you, this has been a nice little morning for me. I hope there's just something about like co-working time. That's always so lovely. Really, really works for my brain. That is for sure. What else do we have planned for Saturday? I guess, well, it depends on where you're at, but it's only noon for me. Got the whole day ahead of us. I will definitely be going to get a sandwich. I have to do laundry at some point today. We got got so many things, opportunities. 50 pages left in your book, so you're almost there. That's awesome. Hey, Jean, reading Vampire Knitting Club. It's 3 p.m. here. Gotcha. So you're well into your Saturday afternoon. I hope it's been a good one. Who is sprinting next for Tarot Readathon? I want to say Steph. Let me make sure before I leave you with incorrect information. Yes. Let's see. Okay, yes. Sunday, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time on Steph's channel, Stephanie Bookish. We will be sprinting some more. 9 p.m. no reading done. Yeah, but you're like, winding down. I think that was that you that was making dinner? Finished Old Man in the Sea. That's awesome. How did you like it? How did it go? I feel like you read the whole thing on our sprints. Yeah, what did you think? I am curious. What I haven't planned for is fitting in my like gaming time today, because I really am itching to just like have some hobby time. Last night, usually in the evenings, Wes and I will have our like gaming time, but last night we live in a neighborhood where fireworks are very abundant, and my poor dogs just could not handle it. So we left our house and went over to my parents' house, who live in a much quieter area. And Wes and I just brought like the silliest amount of board games. You would have thought we were going camping for like a week. We brought probably 6 or 7 board games for like a 4-hour hangout. And then we played one board game 2 times because it's like kind of an involved board game. But yeah, that was silly. We lugged half our board game cabinet with us. But anyways, we did not get our like normal video game time last night because we took the doggies out to the country, and I think they were much happier for it, not stressed out as they would have been last night, which made me feel like a good pet parent. But I also need to get some hobby time in today. Okay, yes, you were cooking. I hope it was good. I emptied the dishwasher, one of my most hated chores, and got 40% into the hacienda. I don't mind with the dishwasher, but I do hate doing dishes. But like just like the sensory of like crusted on food or like soggy food doing dishes, I hate. But having a dishwasher is relatively new for us. We have a dishwasher here, but we didn't for the 6 years we lived in our last place. So everything had to be hand washed. And that was, let me tell you, when we moved in here and we have like a linen closet and we have air conditioning and we have a dishwasher, is like, wow, like this is luxury. It's really the little things. It felt so much longer than 2.5 hours, but it was a nice book. It was somewhat cozy. I feel like, yeah, like The Old Man in the Sea. I get that. I feel like I wouldn't expect that either. But now that you said that, it makes sense to my brain. I hate the hated chores. I'm so proud of you. Yes. Still need to tackle laundry. I'm right there with you. I am feeling productive. I feel like we all have like a good momentum going. I think I'm gonna go find some lunch and then I think I just want to knock some laundry out and start an audiobook. Doggies, yes. Yes. So Sunday, bless her. I don't know how much where you're at in the updates, but I posted on my Instagram recently. Our sweet Sunday has cancer, and she had an emergency amputation earlier this year, but it's terminal, so we don't know how much longer Sunday's going to be around. And in coming to terms with that, we also were like, well, we always wanted to have a second dog for her. We just didn't, she's only 7. Like, we thought we'd have a lot more time with her. So in the spring, we started putting feelers out to other rescues and just kind of setting the intention, if you will, that the right dog would find us. And lo and behold, our newest member of the family is Sol, S-O-L, like the sun. He's a German Shepherd Husky mix, sleeping on the rug. So that is our new family member. 2 doggies. Sol, we rescued him from actually the same local rescue where my parents adopted like my childhood dog from like 20 years ago. So it's a very sweet full circle moment. But he's a goofball. Let me tell you, he's the chillest, quietest husky I've ever known. But he's a good boy. So right now we have 2 doggies. To answer your question, yes, that's the little family update. I did read the whole book during sprints, really locked in. I really love that for you. But it is 9 p.m. here. So that's the usual reading time for me. I love it. I love that you got some like evening reading time in. Sweet baby. Yes, they are my babies. Thank you. He really is the silliest boy. Like, when I tell you I think I was talking about this in Deja's sprints the other day. They are giving Kronk and Yzma energy. Like, so we've had him since April. So we're on 3 months, so it's still very much early days, figuring everyone out. But he's pretty, and he's big. But he's not, of the 2 of them, he's not the smart one, if you know what I mean. But he is a good boy. He's a very cuddly boy. Yes, I know my puppies. Yes, they are silly. And it's like, I'm just so grateful that I can be home with them, especially with like Sunday's diagnosis this year, like having me work from home to be with her and like post-surgery and everything was such a blessing. Like, I don't know what we would have done otherwise. So it's been really nice. Having, finding the gratitude where we can has been really a journey of the year. That's for sure. But she's doing good. She's like hobbling down the hallway as we speak. Thank you. Yes, thank you. We're rolling with it. It's been a journey for us too, of having to come to terms with some things earlier than we thought we would have to with her, but it is what it is. And really, if there is a silver lining, it's like having to come to terms with her like mortality earlier than we thought, but also in a really definitive way, has made us so like grateful and so present, and not taking a single day for granted since the day of her surgery. Like, the backstory is of her normal vet had misdiagnosed it in the early phases until it progressed. So we thought it was something totally different and like manageable. And then when she went in for emergency surgery, that was when, all of the answers came to light. But really every day since then has been like bonus time. So every day since mid-March has been like, hey, another bonus day with this dog that we love. And so we're taking that as a positive, for sure. But it is rough. So if you've ever been through anything similar, or you are going through anything similar with your pets, I really feel for you. I'm right there with you. And, hug your pets for us, definitely. Give them lots of cuddles, because you never know. You never know. That's what we've learned, is we're taking it every day. And she's the goodest girl every day she's here. That's for sure. Yes, we have time. That's what we keep reminding ourselves, is like, I am not wishing any time away, and every day that we get is a good day. And man, like, now that she's a big sister, they are so silly together. I'll tell you that. It's like seeing Soul is twice her size and half her age. He's like, and doesn't know how big or strong he is. He's just a goofy big boy, 70-pound husky. And Sunday is a 3-legged Australian Shepherd with cancer, but she can put him in his place. Like, she is the alpha. And their dynamic really cracks me up. I love them so much. Well, y'all, unless anyone has any, final thoughts, questions, poetry, I think this has been a lovely morning, delightful catch up. And we're going to just continue our day. And, I'll see you in the Discord, I'm sure, as well. So sorry to hear about your baby. Thank you. I know, pets really are family. And like because obviously we've been going through it. So I've been talking to, our loved ones and trusted people and my therapist about it. And something that keeps coming up for me is like, it's so especially hard because with pets, it's like, it's unconditional love. So you as the human are like fully open with your pets. There's no judgment from your pets. There's no negative anything with your pets. So you as a person can be fully open and unguarded and unmasked with them. And so whenever anything happens to them, it just hits that much harder, because it just is that like unconditional vibe. But yeah, that's our little family. We actually, speaking of our little date night / escape from our fireworks neighborhood yesterday, we took, since adding to the family with Soul and having her like terminal diagnosis, we've been wanting to have like a family photo of all of us, just to, for memories and posterity. So we got to do that last night as well. And now we have like a little nice, cute, like family photos of us with our dogs that I know I'll always be, grateful for. So it's really those things that's making us extra grateful and grounded right now. 2 fuzzies together. Oh my God. And let me tell you, an Australian Shepherd and a Husky, I vacuum every day and it's never enough. They are both so fluffy. Like, my confidence was like, I've lived with a double coated dog for 7 years. Like, it's fine. I can handle the shedding. I can handle the vacuuming. Oh my God. And right when we got him, he blew his like winter coat. So like dogs with double coats go through that a couple times a year, where like in summer and winter, they blow their coats. And, on top is just like the normal shedding. So that's fun. It's just so much, but we love them anyway. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. I think it was a good time. Yes, I will enjoy my Sammy. Definitely. That's what I'm about to go do. Walk to the cafe for a sandwich. I hope y'all also can find some Saturday treats, reward for our productive morning or afternoon. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate it. I know. I do feel really good about it. And because this is silly. This is where I'll leave you. Wes and I are like, oh, like maybe we should start sending out Christmas cards this year. And I was like, well, perfect, because now, you know, it's July and we have our first Christmas card in the bank for later this year. So, you know, multiple birds and all of that, but it's all good. We're feeling good for literally for everywhere. It is never ending. And just when I think like, and he's so big, like I will talk about audiobook activities. I will listen to my audiobook and brush him is the routine, because it takes like an hour, 2 hours, depending on where he's at in the process. And I will have just done that and feel so accomplished. He'll be like so sleek and smooth. The next day it's back to chaos. Like it's never ending. When my dad was passing away, we did full family portraits for Father's Day with our dogs, so I get it completely. It is so special. Like I know that we'll treasure them forever, you know, and I'm glad that you got to have that too. Like it's priceless. It really is. All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. I had a great time. Hope y'all had a good time. Happy Saturday. And I'll see you in the Discord or on YouTube or, you know, wherever else you spend your internet times. Talk to you later.